Hey everybody, welcome to Philip Tries to Make a Full-Length Video instead of just a 30-second TikTok. On the subject of TikTok, you should follow my TikTok. I post multiple videos a day talking about deep subjects similar to what we're going to talk about today. So follow that. It's going to be right here. Oh man, I can't believe that's how I'm going to start my first Sunday video. Oh well, let's just roll that intro. Hey everybody, my name is Philip Micha. It is so good to see your beautiful, smiling faces once again. So the other day I posted a TikTok that actually did pretty well. Got a lot of engagement, got a lot of comments, which at the end of this video, we're going to go through some of my favorite comments. I want to intro this with showing that TikTok. Obviously, we're just going to show it right here, right now. If America suddenly went back to the dark ages, no technologies, no transportation, no communication, what would you do for fun? I would probably read and write more and spend a lot more time out in nature. So there's a lot I left out in this TikTok. First of all, I wanted to make it short. I wanted to get straight to the point so that people could start commenting on this question, because it's a question that needs to be thought about. We need to be ready for if something happens, whether that be a nuke, whether that be an EMP. The thing that I want to get into is that video was meant to imply that we got EMP'd, that our technology just turns off. No more computers, no more cell phones, no more media. Our cars do not work. We have no communication with the outside world. We don't know what the hell happened. And this all came to mind when I read this book called 1 Second After by William R. Forstchen. And it's basically about America, I think Europe, and one other country gets EMP'd. They don't know how, because obviously they are put back into the dark ages. But I wanted to imply that the TikTok I made, that people were like, what do you mean? I wouldn't have fun. Like, survival isn't fun. No, we would not time travel back to the 1200s, to the 800s. That we would have, say, our computer screens, our cameras, our cell phones, and they would suddenly just stop working. And then after we rebuilt and after we did all this stuff, like, what would you do to pass the time? That's what I was implying in that TikTok. But this book, 1 Second After, and I'm reading his next book in the series called 1 Year After, goes along that if the world or if a country just got EMP'd, our technology just stopped working, our cars stopped working, what would happen? First of all, if anyone was staying alive on medications or by machines, either they, their lungs, their heart, their legs don't work, and they're staying alive from machines. Well, sadly, those would be the first people to go, because if your machines break down, your machines just turn off, they're not surviving much longer. The second part is if medications that need to be refrigerated, kept cold, if you need those medications to survive, sadly, you would be the next to go. The second part of it was communication. We had lost all communication with the outside world. We were basically going back to the dark ages and needing letters. You would not know what the hell just happened. You wouldn't know if it was an EMP, unless you had some war experiences or you knew sort of a little bit about this stuff. You would have no idea what happened. The third part is you start to understand very quickly that cars do not work, that any car with a chip is fried instantly. So cars back from I want to say the 40s, maybe even into the 60s, that were all analog, baby, all no digital inside of them, they would actually still work. So a lot of people in this book rig up old Volkswagens, old type of cars that run off diesel, and those cars actually still work. So transportation becomes limited, very limited. And it's not just like, oh man, now I can't drive down to the grocery store. Oh man, I can't drive to the nearest city. No, trains do not work. 18-wheelers do not work. Supplies are not able to move around now. Food and fresh water is based on what your town or what your city has stockpiled nearby. Like, we take for granted how much supplies get moved around daily that we don't even worry about it. Like, grocery stores are always stocked. Pharmacies always have medicine. We never need to worry about that kind of stuff. But when the supplies run out, when no transportation is bringing them in, we are now scared for our life because there is nothing that we can do. And the last one is, obviously, it would be rough. And the fact that in this TikTok that I made, I said, what would you do for fun? Well, it's not implying what would you do for fun, because this would be a fun time in life. I was implying that, like, a more light conversation to TikTok, because obviously if it was just this serious in your emotions, I think a lot more people would not engage with it and have fun with it. Right now, I want to read some of these comments and go over them. Some of them are pretty funny. Some of them are very survival based, and I want to, obviously get into what I would do if I was put into the dark ages with the snap of a finger. So the first guy says, I would start saving canned food for emergencies, start growing more plants, and just go to have fun with friends and live life like we are meant to. There is way more things I would do, but my first thing is to get a farm going. And it's easy since I live by a river. That is ideal, having water that is nearby and a lot of land to be able to grow food or have like grazing animals. First, I would get things I need for survival since most jobs would be lost. Then it's all fun after that. So I think that is a great way to look at it. When I made this video, this TikTok, that's how I meant what would you do for fun? So once you have a farm, once you have water, once you have food and supplies stocked up, you'd be able to do those sort of things like in your downtime. If America suddenly went back to the dark ages, nothing would change because I'm European. Well, man, congratulations. We would think the world was ending right now. We would have no idea that Europe was perfectly fine. So I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for Europeans everywhere. This guy said, start a monarchy. And then this other person said, then once you're doing that, I would start manufacturing rifles for you. And then the next person down said, which state? Because I'd start a monarchy as well. Perhaps maybe we can be allies. The person said, Texas, and yes, we should be allies. And this person says, and I'd start the revolution to bring you down. I was like, oh shit, people got coming after you. Dude, this is just a funny ass chain that I was reading about. Okay, no, for real though, monarchies, you would have people claiming to be saints and angels coming down. And, in this book, 1 second after, you have monarchies starting that their leaders are claiming to be God, and this is the end of the world, and they can lead people to safety and they can lead people to freedom. This guy got a lot of comments. I was actually pretty shocked by this comment. Create a medieval kingdom since I have a full suit of armor and training already. When I read that comment, I was like, sign me up. This country will turn into the Purge if that happens. 100%. It's sad to say, and it's sad to see it happen, but yes, it will. People will do things if the need is there. If they need medicine, if they are starving, if they need fresh water, if they have diseases or, just need a bath, whatever the fuck it might be, people will go out and do things that they would have never thought to do before. So yes, a purge, that is a very real option, although it would be a little different than that because there would be a reason to purge. But it's a horrible truth. It's a horrible reality that would happen. All right, and the last one says, I have an engineering degree, so I'd just start reinventing things, I guess. And I think this is what would be interesting because a couple comments earlier, this person said jobs would be gone. It wouldn't really matter that, you were a social media influencer or whatever. The people that can work with their hands, engineers, carpenters, doctors, people that are good with their hands and have a skill that would be very useful to this time, those would be the leaders. Those would be the people that we would look to for advice, for help, for guidance. So I'm really glad someone commented this on the video because it really tells we are going to need more people to be engineers. So I think that is a very awesome point. So Jules DeBoy, awesome, man. I'm so stoked that you are by my side in this apocalyptic world. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. And to my left is another video that I posted sometime in the past. Maybe it's a travel video. Maybe it's just some video that you might find interesting. Check those out down below. You can subscribe. It would help me out so much. I would appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you next Sunday and have a beautiful week. Peace out.